I chose this background because, you know, it feels like we're living in surreal times, and this reminds me of Van Gogh, so it's appropriate. Welcome to the July 2022 Ask Your Guides Live VIP event. Happy to have you all here. Thank you for coming and sharing part of your Saturday with us. We so appreciate it. The energy here is usually pretty high vibe, so just flow with it, enjoy it, relax. If you've got a question, put question marks or the word question in chat. I'll be going down and taking everybody's questions in order. I see a few of them are lining up. That's awesome. We're just going to take a couple of minutes to do a little grounding. I'm not going to spend too much time on that because I want to put more time into answering your questions. I know there's a lot going on right now and a lot of upheaval in our world. So we need to talk about that and make sure that everybody is okay and balanced, ready to move forward. So just take a couple of deep breaths. Sit back. Let go of all thoughts of the outside world. There's nothing that exists right now except our little circle here. This beautiful angel love energy that we gather in our group that lifts us up. And with your eyes closed, just look up and notice that big ball of fire, the sun, flaming, glowing, gently floating down towards your crown chakra. And when it hits the top of your head, it sinks right into your body like the sun sinking below the horizon at sunset. And that beautiful glowing ball of energy just gently moves down your body, past your head, down your throat, moving down your torso, past your abdomen, down your hips. As it moves, you might feel a little tingle, you might feel a little brighter, little energy sparks, whatever you feel is perfect for you. Just allow that sun to light you up and fill you with divine love and light. Now sinking down your legs, slowly down your legs. Finally reaching your ankles and then your feet. Then slipping gently, oh so gently down into the earth, grounding you between earth and divine with that beautiful trail of gold and orange sunlight. And now that you're firmly anchored, take a couple of deep breaths, bring your awareness back to our circle, and we will begin. Okay, Shirley, you're up. What's your question?
Okay, my question is, I had an experience twice this week on Thursday and Friday. I was Skyping with a friend in Oslo, and suddenly I heard a voice coming from the living room, a man's voice. In my mind said, oh, it must be someone on the street. And I realized those windows are closed. They're very, very soundproof. You don't hear anything. And I got chills from head to toe. My whole body was just in chills. I was frozen with fear, listening to a man's voice speaking in a foreign language that I didn't recognize. And there's nothing in the other room. There's no TV. There's nothing. Phone was here with me. There's nothing that could make a voice in the other room. But I told myself it must have been a neighbor up on a roof somewhere, somehow getting in. But the next day, at a different hour, I was Skyping with the same friend. And it happened again. That voice, but it seemed even closer somehow. My question is, what or who was that voice that I heard?
Okay, and it's never happened except those two times with that particular person.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor Shirley, this being who's speaking in a language she doesn't understand. Is it connected to her friend in Oslo? Yeah, so it's trying to communicate with you for that friend. Can you see anything when it shows up, or is it just hearing?
Just hearing.
Do you know what language?
No. I thought maybe something, an unusual language, something like Albanian, but possibly not even that.
Okay. So what can you tell us about this man who's speaking in Shirley's apartment? Yeah, he's definitely there for that friend. Okay, but you're not helping if she can't understand you. So is it possible that you could speak in a language she can understand? I'm getting a yes on that. So should it happen again, ask them to please speak in a language that you can understand, because you can't translate for that friend if you don't know what it's saying. Alternatively, could you show yourself so that she could describe you to that friend? Yeah. Is there anything that you want to share right now so that she could share that with her friend? He's somebody who's not at rest. He's very restless and was looking for an opportunity to connect. You brought that opportunity, even though it's kind of an odd connection as we might think of it. But, you know, they'll take whatever opportunity they can find. So, oh, yeah, what I'm getting, Shirley, is this is an opportunity for you to expand your mediumship. So that's why you get chills. It's like, okay, so here's an unknown situation. What do you do with it? Let your imagination carry you through about the ways that you might be able to connect with that person and share. Like, you know, please show yourself so I can describe you. Or, you know, it's possible they can speak another language because they're in spirit. They can do anything. They're not limited in the way that we are by our third dimensional boundaries.
So it's a human spirit?
Let me ask that. This man's voice, is it someone who was previously incarnated on Earth? Yes. Is it someone that her friend knows? Yes. So is it someone who passed recently? No, it's been a while. Has it been more than a year? No, less than a year. That might help too. The fact that it's been less than a year.
Oh, why do I feel so frightened? Why do I get the chills if it's just a spirit? I talk to them all the time.
Okay, so why are you causing her to feel frightened and chills? This person has very frenetic energy. It's bouncy and fizzy, and I can see why that would be discomforting to you. And it's really intent on making that connection. So almost because it's new to them as well, you know, they're fairly new in the spirit world. I can see them like jumping up and down, waving their hands, you know, doing all sorts of things, trying to be seen and heard. So it might take a little patience and coaxing from you to find that space where you can meet in the middle, communicate. But a wonderful challenge for you. And you don't need to be afraid.
Yeah, it really does scare me. It's just the fear is tremendous. I'm frozen with fear. And I don't know why.
Do you have any kind of like a protective energy that you use when you're working with spirits?
Yes. Yeah. I always feel like I'm in a protective bubble.
Well, so when you feel that one and you feel uncomfortable, then just bring in your protective bubble.
Okay.
A
There's
little,
nothing evil. There's nothing.
no, I don't feel anything evil. I just feel there's such a powerful energy about wanting to connect. And it's very frenetic.
Yeah, I was hoping you would tell me, oh, it's just a neighbor's voice traveling on the wind or something.
No, it's a spirit. And really and truly, if you were to back up and let the fear go, you might see it as an opportunity because you've been looking to expand your gift to do more, right? So it's a great opportunity. Let the fear go. You're safe, you're protected. And if you need extra protection, call it in. You were powerful enough to do that.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do my guides have any message for me? Or my angels?
Anything you want to share with Shirley today? I'm feeling this beautiful energy of peace, and I'm hearing the word peace whispered on the breeze, and it just flows silky as it caresses your skin, bringing you the energy of peace, balance, joy. Yeah, all is well. All is well. They want you to know that. Let those hackles on the back of your neck go down. breathe, relax. Allow this experience to unfold because it's expansion for you. You know, expansion can be scary.
No, this is scary because usually, you know, it's not something I hear out there.
Oh, and I'm seeing when it happens and you start to feel a little discomforted, bringing in that big light, you know, the divine spotlight. Turn on the divine spotlight and put it on that energy to illuminate it. That will help you feel better, and it might help you see it better. So for you, this is all about turning up your power, amping up your own spotlight. You've got it. You've just been a little tentative about using it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Rachel, you have a question.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
First, I want to thank you so much about the reading that I had with you. It was just mind-blowing. I mean, so many dots that are connected to my life and whatever has been exchanged between the two of us. And I believe that more things will come through, you know, as I live, right? But I have a question for you, and I want to remind you that I asked you in the beginning when I joined the group, I asked you that I saw when I was 5 or 6 years old, some a person with all this beautiful white garb, the beautiful, you know, blue eyes, and I got so scared and I ran away. And it was in a cemetery that was my yard. I played there, actually. It was right next to my. And you said to me, and you checked, and you said to me that it was Jophiel, which in Hebrew we say Yophiel, which is the god of beauty or angel of beauty. That's what you said to me, that this was, you know, an entity that I actually saw. And then in my meditation recently, I shared with all of you that I felt very uncomfortable being touched, you know, and I asked my guides what it was, and they said it was Jehoiada, you know, and you responded that that's probably the guy who is going to who is going to lead me in the Akashic record, and I should not be scared, and I should be looking forward to it, you know. And then in a different meditation, I felt the presence. I really did. I mean, I you know, the whole energy changes, and I do feel stronger in my meditation these days. And I actually invoked his name. I said, Yehoyada. And I got the name Hannibal. Now, this is not Hannibal Lester that we know from the Silence of the Lambs.
Right.
Right. Didn't come to me right away. After I checked it, you know, it showed up that that's a possibility. But no, I look about the Hannibal, which is the man of Carthage that fought, you know, he was a general and a statesman later, very educated man, speaks many languages, Greek, Phoenician. And by the way, Phoenician is ancient Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I got excited about the whole thing, you know. And what really kind of struck me is that Hannibal in Hebrew is, again, it's a deity. Baal is a deity, is a god of beauty. That name is the god of beauty or angel of beauty. So it brought me back to what you said to me, Yophiel. So I kind of stuck. I'm just saying, is it Yehoyada? Is it Hannibal? This is just because of my ignorance. I don't really know a lot about, you know, can you have one guide, two guides, many guides? No, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I ask you just to help me with this confusion.
Okay. Yes, you can have many. Absolutely. Not a problem. And you can call on different ones as you feel led. Like sometimes your energy just might be a better match for one than the other.
Uh-huh.
You can call them all together.
All together at the same time, you mean?
You could call them all three at the same time. And plus there's more, Rachel. You're not limited to just those three. There's a
So,
whole legion that are serving you. So you can call the entire gang together to help you if it's something big. You can call specific ones. It's not so much important to focus on the name and the identity as it is how they make you feel.
I just called Yo-Yo Dai. I was not even thinking about anything else, because what you said to me made a lot of sense. Again, I've been exposed to all these, priests all the time. It comes to me to teach me something. And then this guy is a priest also, and this is really making, it is, it's sensible. It must be it, and I just invoked his name just, to make connection, and then I got that other name. Is like the response just came to me, and I have not thinking about Hannibal. I've never thought about him. He's never really struck my imagination in any way or whatever. I had to actually Google to find out more details about him.
I think that's the point, because the theme that's running through all of this is that you're a researcher. You love delving in and learning about all of this ancient history, connecting the dots. So it's almost like they're playing a game with you. They're dropping these little breadcrumbs that lead you to go and research, to learn more, to connect more dots.
Okay.
So just have fun with it.
Okay.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah, I did overthinking. I'm just like confused. I mean, who should be imagining, when I talk to, who should I be imagining? Although I really, really like this Hannibal guy, I mean, for whatever, in history, whatever he actually offered to humanity,
So the ones that resonate with you, talk to them more often.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's totally up to you.
Okay, thank you so much. It really helps.
Donna, what's your question?
So my question is, the only thing that makes sense is, what do I finish first? I have so many things started, and that becomes that place of being fractured, where I'm going from this and this and this. It's, what do I finish first? In the highest and best interest, what do I finish first?
Okay, do you want to give me a list of like the top few? Or is it just general?
I know it has to do with publishing. It has to do with even though oddly enough, even though I haven't started it, I keep going back to this 10 days of self-talk journaling challenge. I keep getting back to that, even though I haven't started it. I've got a piece of PLR that triggered that. I have an article that needs to be finished, that it will be finished by next Wednesday for Senior Voice. I had the next step in creating my pilot course for Poker Mindset Academy. I have the Mind Shift On Demand journal started, probably halfway through. I have, you want the list of starts, huh?
That's probably good to start with. Let's try that and see what we get. So do any of those light you up more than another? I mean, what excites you? That's what you need to focus on.
I guess very little excites me right now because I'm exhausted from caregiving.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just too numb to it. So let's just ask. So that list that Donna just laid out for us, any of those that would be an optimal choice to put her entire focus on right now for completion? Yeah, that first one that you mentioned, that one, it's intriguing, but you haven't even started it yet. So put that one aside. Mind shifting, it feels like it's okay. It's on simmer. The one that's popping up is the Poker Academy.
Poker Mindset Academy. Okay.
That's the one that feels like if you just give it the time and effort, you can actually put it together fast and have it done off the list, and you will enjoy delivering it.
Okay, then what? Okay, if down that path, what first there? What project? What is the best simple project to launch it with?
A project to launch it with.
Yeah, because you say Poker Mindset Academy. Well, that involves getting the site up and getting that launched, and there has to be a a lead magnet. But what would be the first masterclass, the first mini course to offer to launch that? Because I believe any launch can be launched best with a masterclass. So what masterclass for that?
Okay, so helping Donna to launch this. What I'm getting is you're making it way too complicated. You're putting all these obstacles in your way before you ever get to launching anything. So what would be the first thing that you would say to these people as they started your academy? What's the welcome? A little short, either free or inexpensive, like you did with that other program that you launched so fabulously. Something small, bite-sized, just a taste to find out if it's even a match for them.
Probably.
Without going through all of the machinations of the fancy website, just a simple one page, bam, there it is. Come and join me. Let's do this. Let it evolve from there. Don't put all those roadblocks in your way.
So it probably has to do with what's the biggest issue that I can, what do I find continually with recreational poker players? What's their biggest challenge? It has to do with they talk themselves out of winning. So it has to do with, it's the pregame, it's a pregame process. Probably has to do with that because it has to do with setting intentions and changing the words.
Yeah, so it's something about their self-talk.
Yeah, self-talk. Okay, we're back to self-talk. Okay. And then that self-talk, that interestingly, that 10-day self-talk journaling could transition easily into that, because it's a PLR that I got and I only get them from really good places, and I could fashion that into poker mindset easily enough.
There you go. Faster, moving forward. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing, right? They're talking themselves out of winning.
Absolutely.
It's the mind game, which also includes mind shifting. So maybe you can weave that in as well.
Yeah, because it has to do with, they're always saying, well, I am going to win in the future. Well, that doesn't have to do with manifesting, because manifesting is I am rather than I will.
Mhm.
And I guess it's how I've always said I smuggle spirituality to the poker table without talking about the word manifesting or changing our frequency, by sharing with them how they can do that without using those woo-woo words. Take the woo out of mind shifting, I guess.
Yeah. So here's what's hitting me. You've already got it all in your head. You could actually just gather a group of people and deliver it without even creating any materials. It's there already. So just put that on paper, what's there already. Make it short, sweet, to the point, just to get the momentum going.
So just have a complimentary live launch.
There you go.
And in what period of time? When?
When do you do it? When would be an optimal time to have this soft launch? I'm hearing 8 weeks.
I like 8. 8's a good number. Okay.
Infinity. Yeah.
Interesting. In 8 weeks, I'm actually speaking to a manufacturing lumber association in the Northeast. I'm their keynote speaker, so that's like 8 weeks from now. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I'll have it available for anyone that want to come after that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That feels good.
You've got to focus on one thing and do that, and stop
I
making
know.
yourself crazy with all these other things.
I know. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
You're welcome. GS device. You've got a question.
Yes, hi, my name is Gwen. The question I have is, I've been job searching for a while, and I recently was in one of the final candidates for a nonprofit organization. And I also believe I'm going to be a final candidate for a company, a utility company. So I was just wondering what my guides say, which I guess what the outcome is on the job search.
So you want to know whether it's likely that you'll get the job that you.
Yeah, which one? Yeah.
So is it highly likely that Gwen will be selected for this job that you're focused on now? Is she the top candidate? Yeah, I'm getting you're the top candidate, so it's highly likely.
For the utility company?
Is it the utility company job? Is that the one that's got her name on it? Yeah, utility company.
Okay.
Feels-
And I guess, okay. And that's good to hear. And because I've been conflicted just because I've always worked for a nonprofit and now this is like an actual company. You know, they're more for profit. So I just didn't want to lose myself in the corporate world, if that makes sense. Like I still want to help people, but this job is like actually helping tribes and, you know, I'll be representing the company, but working with the tribes. And that's always been my background. So I was just making sure that that's the right fit for me.
Yeah, it feels really good. So is this an option, this job that is a good long-term fit for her?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're going to adapt into it. And when you go there, just be open to the new experience, allow it to expand, and you might find unexpected delights in this job. Because it's feeling like there's lots of really positive things around it.
Okay, great. That's really good to hear because I just, you know, when you hear about working for companies, a corporate coming from a nonprofit, it's always, you know, I just don't want to be a sellout, so to speak. So yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
don't go in with that attitude because that
Okay.
creates what you think about, right? So
Yeah.
you want to go in with a really upbeat, positive attitude that this is going to be a fabulous experience.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Melissa, you're open to any messages. Okay. So for Melissa, what do you have to share with Melissa today? I'm seeing you as this little girl. You're wearing this blue kind of a pinafore dress, and you're in this beautiful meadow with daisies and dandelions and just beautiful wildflowers. The energy is very calm and peaceful. You feel very safe. It's very idyllic. So are you telling her to connect with that memory, that side of herself? Yeah. So it's for you, Melissa, taking you back to a time that was simpler, when life was less complicated. And it can be that way again if you choose to allow it to be. Letting go of all of the imagined things that you should, have to, must do, because they're not all true. Some of them are just things we tell ourselves are true. It's peeling away the layers, the illusions that don't serve you in the present, to reconnect with that simplicity, that innocence, that just being. And just being is perfect, allowing the love and the light to permeate your being, to fill you up, to be enough so that you are enough. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think that definitely resonates. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Alyssa, question about your daughter and her job search and emotional health. Okay, so for Alyssa, her daughter.
Hi,
Hi. What's your daughter's name?
Kimmy.
Kimmy. Okay.
Yeah, I asked about it last time too, and it's dead.
Yeah, you're reminding me. Yeah. So for Akimi, what can you tell us about her job search? Is she close to getting her job? feels like it's close. Is it within a month? Is it highly likely she'll get this job within a month? Not within a month, within 2 months. So by fall, it's highly likely she'll get this job by fall. And what about all the paperwork complications? Will those be worked out by then? Yeah, I'm seeing pieces coming together, you know, neatly falling into place, creating a path that leads her to that job. Does that help?
Yes. So,
And what about the emotional health do you want to ask?
oh, because she's not talking to us. We had given her some advice. She didn't follow it, and she's really mad at myself and my husband. So she's not talking to us. So, and she's really quite upset. So,
Okay, so what guidance can you give on helping Akemi with her emotional upset? The angels are showing blowing kisses and love bubbles to her, which
okay.
you can do, and she'll either receive them or she won't, but she's
Okay.
going to feel them. They're going to have an energetic impact on her. Over time, they're showing that she's softening as you do that. So just consistently do that whenever you think about it. Send her some love
Okay.
and allow her to come around. You don't want to press or force. She needs to come around in her own time, but that's what you can do from your side.
Okay. Okay. So fall, early fall or late fall when you say, because I'm still sending her money.
Okay. So the job, are we talking early fall, like September? Is it highly likely she will get the job in September?
Okay.
Early September? Mid-September? Late September? More like late September.
Okay. Okay. Gives me advice on how to financially support her.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And solstice is coming in. So, or is it vernal equinox, whatever it is that happens around the 21st of September.
All
That
right.
energy is there that you can tap into. So take
Oh,
advantage of that, put more intention forward around that time. Allow that energy to open the doors.
right. Because it's sort of the beginning of the season. Because if summer is the bloom, then okay, I get it. September is the season for the year of your garden.
I'm hearing gateway to productivity.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good thing for me too, for productivity. Okay, great. Thank you. Great.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Katja, good morning. You've got a question?
I do. Hello.
Hello.
Here is my question. My position that was created for me in October was eliminated just recently, very suddenly. So I'm at Crossroads again. And normally I'm very good to tune in, but because of everything that's going on with Ukraine, I have a very fractured connection with the source right now. And it's because, you know, with all the turmoil and my brother there and all of that stuff. So here is my options. My question is, what should I focus on? Because there is so many things I could. And normally I would say, okay, what has excited you the most? But right now I'm kind of not connecting to, it's not like I'm numb to that, but I can't connect what excites me the most because most of it is equally excited. So and here is an option. So one of them is really focusing on my art and figuring out how to monetize my art through my physical work, through prints, and also through possibly not art therapy, but similar to that, right? So because I'm not therapist, so I can't really claim that. So that's one option. Another option is focusing on leadership coaching one-on-one. So directly working, this is exactly what I did in corporate, right? So I was working one-on-one with leaders, with the directors, VPs, and stuff like that. Third option is focusing on leadership coaching, but with corporations, not one-on-one, but actually proposition to the corporations for the workshops and possibly like a 6 to 8 weeks online programs for them as well. And other option is to find a job, another job. So now with that, within the jobs, there's many options as well, because, you know, I'm a many talented person. So I can look at different options. So my question is again, what would be the optimal option so I don't need to restart again?
Mhm. And the goal is to earn a living sooner as
Yes,
possible. That's the goal.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we need to include that because that's important. So for Katja, the optimal choice to bring her income back in ASAP, is it the art therapy, art coaching therapy? I feel like that's a good long-term, but not short-term. What about the leadership, one-on-one leadership coaching? Is that an optimal choice? That can be an optimal choice. What about the coaching workshops with leadership workshops with corporations? That's also a good choice. What about just getting a job and not worrying about all of it? No, the job is like, it's not going to make you happy. It's a short-term solution, but it's still going to leave you at the end of it looking for more. So it's a stopgap, not a great long-term. It's feeling to me, Katja, like a combination of the one-on-one and the workshops.
Okay.
So it's like you go in, you work with corporations, you do the workshops, but then you let the people know that you're available to do the one-on-one.
And this is where I was struggling a little bit, because that's what I love. I love one-on-one. And every time I would come back to that, because that's where my heart is. I love one-on-one coaching. So, okay, so that makes sense, definitely.
Yeah,
And
you're good in groups. And by doing it in the group, you're exposing yourself to a larger market, which opens up more possibilities for your one-on-one.
The challenge with when you do, like, if it's a workshop, it's a different, but when you coach in like a group coaching, challenge with the leaders like this, like directors and VPs, not all of them will open up in a group, because they feel their status and all of that stuff, they would not be vulnerable in a group. And that for workshop, it's fine. But when we get deeper, they don't open up in a group.
Yeah, well,
Like
that's
a deeper work, it will be one-on-one.
Yeah, that's the perfect gateway then to let them know that, hey, if you want to go deeper, more intensely, this is a program that I offer. But
Okay.
so that you don't have to go out and do such a difficult sales job rounding up people. If you meet them in this corporate environment, it's like they're handing you a whole list of potential clients.
Okay, and to follow up with this question, then when I go to corporates, and maybe it will be open-ended question, I'm not going to give an industry, I want to see what my guides are going to tell me. What is a potential industry that they would think I need to focus on?
Okay, so is there a particular industry that it would be highly optimal for Katja to focus her efforts now? I'm hearing sales because you're so all about sales, helping people with sales. And it's not just plain sales, it's adding another element to it, Katja. You're bringing in a different perspective, a different level, a different philosophy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Yes, it's all about optimum performance, but it's using mindset and changing usage. So it's through mindset, get into the optimum performance, but there is elements also of wellness as well, stress reduction, improvement of work-life balance and all of that stuff. So it's kind of, it is a very different approach. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, and my last question is about Ukraine. So, and I don't even, it's not about what's going on there, but it's how do I don't get through the deeps, such a deeps, right? So If people following what's going on, just 2 days ago, there was a huge tragedy again. And every time and it happens literally every other day, right? So, and every time something happens like that, or 4 days ago, there was another missiles in my city where my brother is, right? So every time something happens like that, it brings me down, but it brings me down deep. So I need to dig myself out of it again. And it seems like it's been going on for almost, 5 months now? So it's been very challenging to, when I focus, let's say, on my coaching or business or job search, whatever that I was looking at, it's very challenging to move to that mode. I don't know how to explain it. So do the guides have some advice for me how to still feel what I feel, because it's obviously important, and not numb it, right? So I don't want to numb it and sweep under the rug, but how can I do it without such a big emotional charge?
Mhm. I'm hearing compartmentalize, so that's an aspect of it. What can you share with Katja about functioning while this war is going on and bringing her down? Yeah, they're showing me a picture. You know how when you're walking along and you're focusing on the ground too much,
Mhm.
you run into things because you're not focusing on where you're going. You're focusing on what's on the ground. So it's shifting your focus, Katja. You've got the faith and the trust that you know ultimately things are going to work out for the best, because divine's got it. It's going to work out for the best in the long run. Doesn't mean there won't be pain along the way, but don't keep focusing on the pain. Keep your eyes up on the horizon where you're moving towards. When you know that is out there for you, it can help you deal with those bumps that are coming on a regular basis. But it's compartmentalizing them. You don't want to turn them off. You don't want to say, no, I don't want to know what's going on, but you've got to take them. And as soon as you get them, it's like a bird, and you put it in a little cage. So it's not flying around and bothering you now. You've got it. It's there. Bam. You acknowledged it, but you're not sitting there stroking the bird and opening that wound. Does that make sense?
It does. So here is a question, and this is what I've felt lately, that it's not even my pain. It almost feels like my ancestors' pain. Is that right? Can you check with the guides?
Yeah. So for Katja, part of what she's feeling is that ancestral. Yeah, it's like this very deep cord, and I'm seeing it like, those underground cables. It's very deep. That's how they're representing it. So it's okay. That's true. It's there, but you don't have to get into the muck and do the self-torture. It's that compartmentalizing is what's going to save you.
Mm.
Get it, put it there. You've seen it, but you're not going to roll around in it. And, now I'm seeing, those dermabrasion rollers that make you bleed. It's like you're doing that to yourself. Stop doing that.
So, and another last question, if I can. So it's not even that ancestral pain, so to speak, or this is what I feel, and I want to confirm, but it's conflict, because, I was born in Russia. I'm Russian speaking Ukrainian. I grew up in Ukraine. So our family in Russia now don't understand. They brainwashed by media, so they think it's right in whatever they do it. So they don't speak to us, right? So specifically to my mom. But I think this is where I'm feeling it. It's like a pull and push between two sides of who I am, even to the point of shame for myself, right? So of being Russian, because it's how I was born. Well, I'm half, right? So, but
Yeah. So your question is about dealing with the shame?
my question is, what is the best way to overcome this pull and push between sides of who I am?
So what they're showing me is inside this third dimensional body that's Russian and Ukrainian is your beautiful soul that is none of those things. Your soul transcends all of that. So it's stop focusing on the third dimensional, go to who you really are, that beautiful soul. Be that, let the third dimensional stuff go. It will all sort itself out in time. You can do it a little at a time as you're able. Metatron is saying that this is going to be wrapped up by the end of the year or the beginning of next year. So it's starting to wind down, even though it doesn't look like it. But the
Okay,
energy,
it'll always get worse before it gets better, right? So
yeah. So it's just a matter, it's like you're on a ship and you're going through stormy seas. So what do you do during those times? You buckle down, you pull on your inner strength, you do what you have to do, but you keep your eyes going forward.
can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
I know I'm taking a lot of time. I apologize. Is there a likelihood that my brother and his family will be able to get to Canada?
Is there a possibility, we'll start there, is there a possibility that Roman and his family will be able to get to Canada and escape the war? No. So you're saying he's going to be there through the entire episode? Yeah, and it's feeling like that's part of his soul purpose, Katya, so you don't even want to take him out of there. This is part of who he is and what his soul is intending to do. He wouldn't be there unless he planned to be there.
Is there a possibility that he can do it after, like, after it slows down? So it's not necessarily from the war, but because that's what he wants. But he just can't as a man, he cannot leave Ukraine, right? So right now.
Right. So is it highly likely that Roman will be able to emigrate to Canada once the war is over? Yeah, if he wants to, that possibility, that door's open.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Linda, good morning. You have a question.
Morning. How are you doing?
Terrific. Great to see you.
All right. On Wednesday, July 13th, the full moon at 2:21 a.m., I was awoken by strong energy through my heart chakra and down my arms. And I tried to ignore it, but it wouldn't go away. And it's the song Dancing in the Moonlight popped in my head. And it was like this energy was pulling me to go outside and dance in the moonlight. But I was tired, so I visualized doing it. And then it subsided. And then the next night it was the same energy. And then I heard in the back of my head, "Hey, Linda." And it felt like it was a group speaking as one. Can I find out who these people were, or energies, or?
Sure. So for Linda, what can you tell her about this group that she's got speaking to her? Who are they? What's that all about? They're your backup band, babe. They're supporting you. So that's your angelic team, your guides,
Okay.
your angels. They're hanging out, letting you know they're there. It's like
Okay.
knocking on the door. Hey, Linda, in case you didn't notice, we're here. What can we do?
Okay. Yeah, I know. I have trouble asking for help. Okay.
They literally are your backup. They've got your back. So call on them, let them help you. Don't stress.
Okay.
It's okay that you didn't get up in the middle of the night and go outside. You never have to do things like that. And doing it in a meditative state is perfectly fine. That's as
Okay.
real as doing it.
So
So
it wasn't meditative, it was sleep. I was tired.
you can do it in a dream state. Yeah.
Okay. Do my guides have anything that I should be focusing on right now?
What would be an optimal thing for Linda to focus on right now? Trust and connection. That's the most important thing you can focus on. You want to get to a place where you trust them so much that you have this fluid dialogue, like you're talking to your BFFs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my ego is still pulling on me and questioning everything, because I pulled a card and it said, stop questioning everything.
Yeah.
And I do that. So
Step by step, you'll get there. You're far
yeah,
ahead than you were when you started this journey. You've made
yeah,
great progress over, the last, 6 months or so. Just keep going. Be kind to
yeah.
yourself. Don't beat up on yourself if it's not as fast as you think it should be, because that's ego
Yeah,
pushing you.
I was trying to push myself and it just kind of like made my head spin and I was like, okay, stop.
Yeah, and so that message is be in the flow, Linda. Don't
Yeah.
flow with it.
Yeah, I keep telling myself that to get in the flow of life
Yeah, just
as
like
it comes.
the moonlight is flow, right? That's what they were
Yeah.
trying to help you to feel. So when you think about connecting with them, it's like dancing in the moonlight. It's that easy. It's a flow.
Yeah, I get a lot of songs that pop in my head. Sometimes I pop them in there because my chatter's going crazy, just to help settle that down.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm also, seems like a cycle of like deep anger keeps popping up every so often. And I'm trying to understand where it's coming from. Is it from this life or a past life?
Okay, so this deep anger that Linda is feeling, is this present life? Is it also past life? This is a present life issue. Okay, is it something that she has repressed a memory? No, it's not a repressed memory. It's just something you've tucked away. Is it something from her adolescence or childhood? Yeah. So would it be something before the age of 10? Before the age of 5? So between 5 and 10, something in your childhood that you've forgotten. It's not, right there for you, but that's the source of it. So once you
Okay.
find the source and you look at it from your adult perspective and understanding, you'll probably be able to resolve it rather quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on healing my inner child with Ho'oponopono and talking to a picture of myself as the only one I have of me as a child. And I still have, there's a lot of things I don't remember. So I'm trying to force it, but I have to allow it.
So
to
when
come
you
up.
do your Ho'oponopono or EFT, whatever it is you're doing, focus on this childhood memory and anger and releasing it, because you don't always have to know what it is. If you know it's there, you can name it, you can release it.
Okay. Because I think I put it there as a protection because I suffered child abuse.
Yeah, it's
So-
an arm's length kind of thing.
Yeah, to keep people away.
Yeah.
As a wall. Okay. That's what I figured. It's just so I don't have to really know exactly what caused it, just to.
No, because you don't need to go dredging around in that old pain. Just knowing it's there and your intention is to release it. If you
Okay.
need to get the memory back, your angels will help you with that, but you may not need to.
Okay. All right. That helps a lot. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Mike, you've got a question? Hey, Mike, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey,
Sorry, I just went to put something in the sink and you called.
that's okay. What's your question today?
Things have settled down for me a bit.
Yeah.
But I have a couple projects that are not settling. I'm waiting for other people and it's holding me up. And is there anything I should be doing instead? And anything else that Spirit wants me to know? Thank you.
So for Mike, these projects that are being held up by other people, what's your best guidance on that? Don't let other people stop you. Move forward without them. Don't wait. If you're waiting out of consideration because, they agreed and you want them to be part of it, but you need to move it forward, then your needs are paramount. Just move it forward. Get somebody else, do it yourself, whatever you've got to do. Don't let that be the excuse that holds you back, though. Release that.
Okay.
Okay, is there anything else you want to share with Mike? You know that Judy Garland song, Clang, Clang, Clang Went the Trolley?
Yeah.
I'm hearing that song. So it's like you're the train conductor. You're clanging, you're moving forward. You're not letting anything stop you. You're a man on a mission.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep that vision, keep moving forward. Anything that gets in your way, you go around it, over it, whatever you have to do, but keep going.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
You too. Sarah, you've got a question.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, terrific. How are you?
Fine, thank you. My question is, I've been finding shiny 5-cent coins, and I wondered if anybody has a message for me.
Okay. So for Sarah, are these coins a message? They're shiny to make you smile and get your attention. So yeah, it's you know, letting you know, it's like God winks. We're here, we're paying attention. We want you to pay attention to us. Let's dialogue. Let's get things moving forward. So anything specific about that you want to share with Sarah? They're saying you're making great progress. Give yourself credit for that. Keep going. There's so much more. And it's like, oh, this big, beautiful sun coming up over the horizon. It's a new day, new opportunity, new world for Sarah. Just flow into it. Allow it to keep expanding. Even though it looks like the world is really small from your present perspective, there's so much more out there. It's you taking those first few tentative steps, getting out from under this overhang that's blocking your view of that beautiful horizon and the potential. So just one step at a time, move out of that shadow into the light, then keep flowing forward into it. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's lovely. And any guidance on the optimal way for me to pursue that dialogue?
What is the optimal way for her to pursue the dialogue? You can do automatic writing if that resonates with you. You can just have nonsensical conversations, either out loud or in your head. Just get the energy flowing, start the conversation. Like, let's say you were doing automatic writing. So you sit down, you've got the pen in your hand, and you're just waiting for something to happen. It doesn't work that way. I don't know if I've told you this before or not, but what you want to do is,
physical chat.
yeah, so you want to allow the energy to move your hand. You're not moving it. You're just allowing the energy to move it. It's just like with the pendulum, you know, you allow the energy to move it. You're not controlling it. But sometimes you need to maybe give it a boost to get it started. So if you're a person who your pendulum just stands still, then maybe you need to give it a little swing to get the energy started, because there's something that's blocking it. So for you, whatever you need to do to get the energy flowing. And maybe that's going for a walk, wearing headphones, listening to some kind of really uplifting background music. And then as you do that, the conversation can come on top of that. So it's trying things, being open to different ways of connecting, knowing that those coins you're finding, that is your team. Those are your breadcrumbs, beautiful, shiny, valuable breadcrumbs.
Lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Jennifer, the last time you got a message, it was about feeling stuck, flipping a coin to make decisions, working on your solar plexus. So for Jennifer, do you have an update? What's the next step for Jennifer? I'm seeing you basking in the sun. I don't know if you're a sunbather, but getting out in the sun and just soaking up all that energy. And in the doing of that, be conscious that you're also soaking up love and light from the universe. It's almost like the sun is shining down on you, and that is the breath and the hands of Creator caressing you, uplifting you, imbuing you with energy, with love. It's all there for you. Just soak it up. You need that to fill yourself up so that you've got the confidence to move forward. So it's filling your tank. That's what it is, Jennifer. There is a meditation on my YouTube that's called Vital Force Energy something meditation. Do that. Fill your vessel up to overflowing. Do that whenever you start to feel down, insecure, depleted. You want to keep your tanks topped up to overflowing all the time, because this world, especially right now, is sucking so much vitality from everybody. So you want to protect that. You could do the zip up that we've talked about before, that little energy where you put the bubble around you, the force field. You could do that, but also keep topping yourself up. And so start with that vital force energy meditation. Then you can do, you know, whatever feels good to you after that. But you just want to get into the rhythm of it to know how it feels. Is this making sense?
Yes, yes, it really does. And another question that I had, and I sent it after, so maybe you can disregard that.
Okay.
But it's, I have been kind of in this challenge with my mental health, and I am a therapist, and it's been, you have bipolar, you have ADHD, you may have autism, and I don't know if my current medication, should I stick with medication? Should I don't know what to do at this point with my mental health. I just want to stabilize, and I feel I'm at this point where I feel a little stable. And that's also a thing with bipolar. You feel stable at certain moments.
Yeah.
And I just want stability.
Okay. So for Jennifer, the medication that she's presently taking, is that optimal for her well-being and mental health? Yeah, it's feeling like it's a good regimen. So keep doing that, but then do the other energy stuff too. Because when you do that energy stuff, you can shift so that maybe you won't need all that medication. So as you start to feel stronger, more confident, you're moving out and doing more, then you might want to check back in with your doctors to just see whether there's some adjustments that they can make. Optimally, you know, less of them, so that you're more you.
Yeah, and that's something that I feel that at this point, I don't know who I am. So is that maybe something that my guides can say, is this who I am, or is this the medication?
Well, who you are is still there and it's coming through, but it would be like being behind a veil.
Okay.
Right. So you're, instead of being, you know, readily visible, like most of us feel, it would be like being behind that veil. So it's kind of like transparent, or translucent, rather. It would be translucent. So it's not all of you, but it's some of you. So your journey is working through that so that all of you can come through.
Okay.
And energetically, you can do that.
Yeah.
Step at a time, you know, taking care, doing what you need to do to make sure the third dimensional needs are met, but also moving forward with the intention of healing completely so that you can get rid of that veil.
Yeah. Yeah. And Deborah, what was the name of the meditation again?
It's Vital Force Energy Infusion.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Aileen, you've got a question about a relationship. Are you there, Aileen? Okay. I need a little more information. So if you come back, then just let me know. Jenny, you've got a family reunion at the Y in Estes Park a week from Monday, planning for 2 years, expecting COVID would be behind us, but now this new variant's making you nervous. So you put a request to the family that missed the last one, and you because of Mark's stem cell transplant, you might not be able to go. I think that's what you're saying. So what advice to meet safely with people flying and driving in? Okay, so to put Janny's mind at ease, this upcoming family reunion, is it highly likely that it will be safe for the family to gather? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of love there. That's going to make up for some of the stuff. Would it be optimal to, take the extra precautions with the masks and yeah, all that stuff? So just extra precautions, Janny. I'm seeing you might have to set it up so that you and Mark are, even though it's outdoors, distanced from the other people, the 5 feet or whatever that is. So that's better than not seeing them at all, right? So you make some accommodation. Also, what you can do, you can reinforce your immunity before you go. Start taking extra C and D maybe, right? Things like that. There are remedies that David and I took when this whole thing started at the very beginning, prophylactically, because we wanted to build up our immune system. So if you want to know about those, just send me an email and I'll send you a list of what we were taking. Neither one of us got sick, and he was working with a lot of people who did get sick. So I feel that did help. Could be all in our minds, but hey, mind over matter, right? So those are things you can do that will give you more confidence, that will allow you to go, to feel that love, to connect with your family, because that's really important too.
Well, Mark's not going. His health just isn't, he just can't take it. So my major concern about it is that we get our meals in this big dining hall. And I mean, we'll all be going through these lines together to get food and then going somewhere to eat. And I'm not too worried about my immediate family because they're all careful, but it's just being in that larger setting.
Yeah. Do you
To get
have
meals
with them? Could you do your meals elsewhere?
Not the way this is set up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all pretty self-contained up at the Y. So,
Yeah.
and it's all part of the package that we've bought and paid for.
So again, boosting your immune system before
Yeah.
you go and while you're there, and then even when you come back, to keep that level up. But as much as you can, do the distance and do the precautions, because so many people you hear about, oh, I've been careful all of this time, and then
I know,
got sick. So,
and even though they're vaccinated and boosted, so it makes me a little nervous.
Yeah. Well, we didn't do any of that. David had to get one shot because he would have lost his job if he didn't. Thankfully, he retired before he had to get any more. So we didn't do that. We've just been careful and used the remedies, as I said, anytime we felt a sniffle or anything, we would start taking them right away to stop. And it was very effective.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Adelina, you've got a question. You're muted.
Okay, finally there.
Hi.
Hi, Deborah, and hi, everyone. I feel like I always come with a very specific question in mind, and although I do have something specific, I would like to ask if there's anything that my guides would like to share with me.
Okay, so for Adelina, what message do you have today? I'm hearing that song, Put on a Happy Face. You know that song?
No, but I guess it's about putting on happiness.
Yeah, gray skies are gonna clear up, put on a happy face. It's that song, and spread sunshine all over the world.
Oh,
so look at those lyrics. That will lift you up. So that's the first time. or the first thing that they're sharing with you. What else do you want to share with Adelina? Yeah, it's about letting go of the worry, kiddo, because you have this energy of worry that's hanging around you, like that dark cloud that hangs around Pigpen in Charlie Brown. Are you familiar with that? Everywhere he goes, that dark cloud follows him around. You got to let that go. It's casting a shadow over your joy and your lightness of being. There's so much more you have within you to share with the world. You haven't even really gotten started yet. So you've got to let those gray skies clear up. Get rid of all of that shadow. Stand in the sunlight. Just beam love and light to the world, because we need you and you need to be more of you.
Thank you. That really resonates. That goes deep. Okay, and I guess my specific question is around my job, and there are big changes happening in the company right now, and I would like to know if it would be optimal for me to stay in the current role that I have right now, or if I should move positions, because they're hiring in a few other roles as well. So I'm wondering if it's a good time to make a transition.
Okay, so for Adelina, is this an optimal time to make a transition in her job? I get a no on that. What about in a few months? Would it be optimal then to transition? No. Are you saying she needs to stay right where she's at? They're saying where you're at is good for right now.
What about until the end of the year?
What about till the end of the year? Is it optimal to stay in that job till the end of the year? Yeah. I'm feeling like there's an anchor that's holding you there for some reason.
Is that anchor because my I'm hoping my partner is going to move over and it'll be too much of an overhead to have a new job? I'm wondering if that's the reason.
Okay, so is staying in that job connected to her partner? No, it's something else. There's something about that job that you're not finished with yet. That's the reason to stay. Whether it's something you're going to learn or somebody you're going to meet, an opportunity that comes as a result of it, but being there right now is optimal for you for some bigger purpose.
Okay, that's good enough. Okay, thank you very much.
Sydney, you have a question. Sydney, you still here? I see you're muted. One more call. Sydney, are you still here?
Yes. Yay. Couldn't push enough buttons. Thank you. Last month, you advised moving. I have secured a new place that I'm excited about.
Awesome.
Yes, I'm really excited about it. I feel like a chapter will be closing. I haven't been doing my artwork and whatnot, so I feel like a door will open for that. My question is sort of mundane. Should I take possession of the apartment next Thursday and eat the overlap to the 1st, because it's a Mayan calendar day? It looks auspicious in other regards, and there might be a reason to start next Thursday.
Okay.
To take over the lease.
Okay.
Does it matter?
So for Sydney, would it be an optimal choice to take on this new lease next Thursday because of the auspicious date? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
If it's the right situation, when you move in, it's not the issue.
Okay, great. And I still am looking what's next. Is it me working in a company doing design or health and design or is it my own business, or shifting from massage to lymph drainage? Any guidance about what direction to try and walk towards for greater income, bringing my projects to life, what that would be?
Okay, so for Sydney, to get the income flowing sooner rather than later, what would be the optimal choice to focus on? Massage is good to continue. I get a big yes on lymph drainage. What about pursuing corporate work? No, that's not in alignment right now.
And how about bringing my own projects to life? Something called Impossible, or my tree project.
So the impossible project, would that be optimal to focus on now for income? No, that's going to take longer to ramp up. And what about the tree project?
That's a long
Tree
thing
project
too.
is a yes.
Oh, exciting.
Focus on that.
Okay. Okay. And so I shouldn't be like focusing on trying to get a job that in a company, or I should just keep working for myself in some regard.
Yeah, I got a no on corporation. So what about working at a job? Would that be an optimal choice in the short term to bring in the income? No. So focusing on the trees, big yes. The massage, the lymph, some combination of those things.
Okay,
You
that's
can always
exciting.
do the other stuff on the side. It's just they're not really showing up as really a great choice for you right now.
Yeah, I feel the tree thing, which is a really exciting project. Okay, and then any other support from spirit? I feel like a relationship might be coming, thank God, at some point, but is there anything that spirit wants to share with me?
Anything else you want to share with Sydney today? Buck up, Buttercup, it's going to be all right.
Always good. I trust in spirit. It always works out, but you know, sometimes I'm like, come on, how about my timing?
That felt like one of those burly archangels, like, you know, being a little macho with you and just letting you know, hey, we got this.
That's awesome. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
You too. Michelle, you've started working on becoming a certified bookkeeper. You felt it's what you should be doing because of the signs. Is your intuition right about sticking with it and becoming certified, building a side business as a bookkeeper to supplement income and pay off debts? Okay, so for Michelle, is it an optimal choice for her to put her focus on getting certified to build this side hustle of bookkeeping? Yeah, it feels very good. It feels very flowy, Michelle. Like it's something that's easy for you and the opportunities will be there. So you won't have to work very hard at it. Does that help? Is Michelle still here?
Hi, sorry, yeah, I was also struggling with the unmute button this morning. I do apologize.
No problem.
That actually is in line with how I actually feel about it myself. So I guess I was just looking for some validation that listening to my intuition is what I should be doing right now.
Yeah, and staying in the flow. That was really an emphasis that they put on it. So if you start doing it and you hit a roadblock and you feel like it's really sticky, look for a way around that. Keep the flow going. As long as you do that, it's going to be really successful.
Thank you. You just made my day.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for being here. Carmen, any message from guides or guardian angel? Okay, so what can you share with Carmen today? I'm hearing that Little Richard song, Tutti Frutti. Do you know that song?
Yes.
So that's being silly and upbeat, right? It's very lighthearted. So what else? Oh, Little Richard is putting on quite the performance for you. Are you a fan of Little Richard?
Well, I don't have a specific singer, but I really like his song too. Yeah, they're lovely. They're alive.
Yeah, so that's just a little something extra for you because it was like really putting extra effort into it, not just here's the song, but like really doing the whole performance with, dancing and everything.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
so what else do you want to share with Carmen? Yeah, more joie de vivre, Carmen. Get out there and just really suck up all the deliciousness of life. Don't let it pass you by. Get out there, get involved, engage with people. Maybe you've been shut in because of the pandemic or something, but it's like, coming to life. It's feeling like you've been dormant for a while, and you're coming out of that now. Like it's spring and you're that new flower that's just coming up and seeing the world with fresh eyes and having all these new delightful experiences. So get out there, really enjoy it, feel it at a deep level, allow it to really excite your senses and
Okay.
inspire you.
Well, that's how I feel like to wake up from that dormant almost 3 years period now because of that COVID thing. We just stay home and do nothing. Like we can't go out too much or whatever. We're so restricted in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have to be careful, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
can, we've got to get out. We weren't made for this. So we've got to find our ways of working around it.
Yeah. So to summarize, just enjoy life and have fun.
And engage with other people as much as you can.
Okay, yeah, it's more
Because then
fun
you're
with that.
sharing that energy with them, which they need, right?
Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much. You've been very sweet.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
And Sarah is letting me know that Joanne has a hand up. Joanne, are you still here?
Yes. Hi. I was just wondering, lately been waking up with somebody poking me. I know sometimes it's my son getting me up for work or my husband, but other times it seems like there's like somebody poking me to a point that I jump out of bed. And I was just wondering about that.
Okay. So for Joanne, what is this poking all about? Is this a spirit? Is it guides and angels? Yeah, it's guides and angels. So, okay. What's it about? What are you trying to communicate with her? First, they want to let you know they're there. So that was the first thing they wanted to accomplish. They've accomplished that. So
yes.
Now what? What do you want to share with her? Now they're giving you a standing ovation. They're cheering you on. They're saying, you've held back a little bit. You kind of dimmed your light some. They want you to really turn it up. I'm seeing you as that lighthouse, Joanne, and you're beaming that big light around. You know how it goes round and round and it spots. So it's really turning that back up and doing it purposefully, not just kind of willy-nilly. Very purposefully. So whatever it is that you've been wanting to share with the world, now is the time to start doing that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Okay. Take care.
You too. I saw
you.
another hand a second ago. Let's see. Was there another hand? There you are, Jermaine.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I just wanted to find out if there's any messages for the next 6 months of the year, and in particular, my trip to Egypt.
Okay.
If there's anything I need to watch out for.
So for Jermaine, do you have any messages covering the next 6 months? Anything she needs to know? Flow, baby, flow. I'm seeing you like on a cruise ship, and it looks like you've maybe gone to Alaska on this cruise ship because I'm seeing, some floating chunks of ice. So it's flow, but keep a sharp eye out for those icebergs and make sure you navigate around them. So obstacles, that might be coming up in your path. Be aware that they're there. It's perfectly natural. Obstacles do show up all the time. And it's a learning opportunity very often, but being vigilant, watching for them, navigating around them, that's what they want you to be aware of right now. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So what about, and what was the trip you're going to?
Egypt.
Egypt. Anything you want to share with her about the trip to Egypt? Yeah, so now I see you on the barge floating down the river. And again, there's flow, more flow. So there's not enough flow in your life, and they're emphasizing that. Anything else? They're saying be particularly mindful because there's some energy there for you to connect with. It's almost like you're going there on a mission, Jermaine, to connect with someone or some energy that's going to help you on your journey, that's going to take you up to the next level. Is that your
Thank
intention?
you.
Is that why you're going?
No, but I've been trying to get out of it and I know I can't. So it's something that I know I need to do.
Yeah.
It's just, I've been resistant for a while.
This is purposeful. It's not just a trip. There's more to it than that.
And I think that's the reason why I've been resisting it, because it's never been on my top 10 places to ever go to.
Yeah.
And somehow I'm there.
Yeah, so it's an adventure. It's something new and exciting that's going to come to your life as a result. So if you can go into it with that open spirit, seeking, excited, you'll attract that to you, and it will be even easier. It'll be in the flow, right?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep us posted on how that goes. Adelina, you want clarification on your career topic? Yeah.
Thank you. I've just remembered or my department is realigning to industry. So I work in IT, I'm an architect, and they want to align us to industries such as financial services, professional services, manufacturing, energy, and energy as in electricity, and so on. And they've sort of given us a choice on which energy we want to be aligned on. So I'm wondering if there's an optimum, I guess, sector for me to focus working on.
Okay, so tell me what they are again.
Manufacturing, energy, professional services, financial services, public sector, retail, and that's what comes to mind right now.
Okay, so if I forget, you'll just pop it in for me. So yeah. Let's start with energy, since you're asking about energy. So what would be the optimal area of focus for Adelina's job? The sector. What sector would be optimal? Is it energy? Yeah, of course it's energy. That's what you're about. Yeah. What about any of the others? Is there another that would be a good second choice, like manufacturing, retail?
Public sector, financial services.
Public sector, financial services. There was retail.
Professional services.
Professional services. No, I get no on all that stuff.
Okay, so all energy. Okay, yeah. I thought so. I am working with electricity companies right now, and it's really interesting to make them transition to gas. Sorry, I don't know if I dropped there, but
no.
Yeah, I was saying it's interesting to make them transition from gas and digging up the oil in the earth to pure electricity. So okay, that's what I need to do.
Yeah, so that's why you're staying in that job, because that's really important.
Good. That actually makes me very, very happy.
That's awesome. Thanks for asking that question.
Thank you.
You guys, I'm at the bottom. I don't see any more questions. If I missed you or you still have a question, just unmute yourself and let me know.
I just unmute myself and let you know that I've enjoyed just being here and listening. And thank you so much for bringing together these wonderful souls.
Yeah, thanks for being here. It's so good to see your beautiful purple and your bright spirit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
it is just good to be with people that are of a like mind.
True, that is. Like-minded souls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing us together again, Deborah.
You're so welcome. So, we can take a few minutes if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves, if you have anything you want to say to somebody. I see a new message popped up.
I would love to ask a question, Deborah.
Yes.
It's Warrior Girl. I'm sorry I was late.
No problem.
I found out, I just want to let everyone know my car accident. I found out that I was correct. My car is totaled. And I was curious if Spirit could tell me if I should pursue suing the construction company that didn't have flake people out, and or the tractor trailer that ran the red light that caused the accident, or just let it go.
So the construction company, is that a job or is that related to the accident?
The accident.
Okay.
They didn't have any flake people.
Gotcha. Okay. So would it be an optimal choice for Warrior Girl to pursue following up on the accident with the construction company? And what about the other party? Would that be optimal? Yeah, the other party would be optimal to follow up. Does that help?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And did they have any message for me for the upcoming week? Because it truly did help that week with their message.
Okay, so do you have a message you'd like to share for the next week? Anything inspirational, uplifting? She needs a boost. What do you got? I'm seeing you sitting on a pincushion, which is really weird because, that's prickly. Why would you want to do that? So are you involved in some kind of self-torture that you need to let go of?
Not that I can think of, although I feel like I'm going through a tsunami instead of just a storm, just like everything has been just off the charts crazy.
Okay, so what they're saying is that's an illusion. It might feel like that. So for you, what you can do is change the way you look at the problem. Change it in the way you see it, because you're going to come at it from the perspective of there is nothing you can't accomplish with the help of your team. So it's not an impassable object. It's not something that's going to sink you. There's a way around, over, under, be past, whatever. It's a matter of leaning on your guys, letting them help you do that, knowing that that is the outcome that you can expect when you allow it to be. So for you, it's shifting your perspective. That's huge.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Blessings, everyone. Stay safe.
You too. Linda, you've got another question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's about politics, but not diving into politics.
Okay.
I feel a strong connection to politics. It triggers me because I've always been supportive of the underdogs and the little people and bringing them up. I was just wondering if I maybe had a past life connection in politics or government service.
For Linda, does she have a past life connection to politics? No, it's more about the awareness that you have of the importance of politics in your daily life. Because so many people are unconscious to how it affects them. They don't get involved, and then they get upset when things don't go the way they want them to. It's like you're creating your life by the choices you make when you vote. So if you're not informed, if you're not engaged, then how are you going to positively impact the course of your life in your world? Okay. And maybe that's a sensibility that you can share with others. That's what I'm up for you.
I try because my dad was city council in our local town. So I think that piqued my interest, and I've always been interested in following politics. But to see where it has gone to brings up a lot of emotion with me. So that's why I was wondering.
Do you feel led to get involved at the local level in some way?
I have thought about it many, many times, but
Now's the time, Linda. If you're thinking about it, the energy's there. Now is the time more than any other.
okay. I just like to be maybe in part of the process of information and supporting, like maybe being a judge in the local, or what are they, local elections, volunteering for that.
Yeah, anything that you feel led to do. I mean, even if you just go stuff envelopes, it all helps. There's so much need at the local level. And we know, based upon what we've seen in, recent history, that the local level really matters way more than we might have ever thought. Those
Yeah.
rise up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Honor that.
There's also a program, I wish I could bring it forward in terms of what I think it's called Vote Forward. And they have a form, kind of a form letter that you handwrite, you copy, and then add your own little thing at the end. And it's not encouraging people to vote for a specific interest or party. It's just get out and vote. And I found that really helpful for me in the last election, where I just was like, what can I do? So.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'll look and see if I can find it before we're done here, and I'll put it in the chat.
Awesome, thank you.
May I ask another question about my experience with my friend in Oslo? Have my friend in Oslo and I shared a life? Her name is Berta. Have we ever shared a life together in the past?
Has Shirley had a past life with her friend Berta? No.
No connection.
No,
Okay.
It's coming up.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I figure the mystery out.
Yeah, there could be another connection, maybe through a third party.
Okay.
Let's ask that question. So is there a past life connection through a third party with Shirley and Berta? Yeah. So that's what brought you together, this other person. Is it someone that Shirley knows? No. Someone that Berta knows. Okay. Is it a male? It's a male that she knows. Is it someone who is a senior citizen? Yeah, somebody who's a senior citizen. Does that help? Male senior citizen.
Well, she's 91, so could be anyone on her side.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Oh, and Jenny put it in the chat, you guys. Write letters to encourage people to vote. It's votefwd.org. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Anything else before we wrap? Any last minute stuff? Francesca, do you want to unmute and say something? Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and speak. What do you want to say?
Well, this has been really fun.
Hang on, it's not coming through. I don't think you've unmuted yet.
I'm trying.
I see the little dots going. It's not letting you unmute for some reason. Why don't you walk over here and you can say it and they'll hear you. Hang on, you guys, just a second. Okay, go ahead. They can hear you.
Everybody's questions have been really interesting, and this has been really enlightening for me. And it's been fun to see what you guys have had problems with, and my Gigi could solve them. That's really interesting to me.
Awesome. Thank you.
What a sweetheart.
That's from her 11-year-old perspective.
Very wise. Very, very wise.
Out of the mouths of babes.
Yeah. Yeah. She's definitely one of those advanced children who came more awakened than the rest of us did. This generation is going to change the world. Adelina says she's so glad that you joined us, Francesca. Have a great rest of the day. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, let's just wind it down with a little closing prayer, and then I'll let you go enjoy your Saturday. So just take a couple deep breaths. Close your eyes, sit back. Let that beautiful, warm love and light flow onto you. Remember that beautiful orange sun that was bouncing around inside of you, and now it's going to take its return circuit. It's going to come back up from the earth through your feet, moving slowly up your body, that warm, revitalizing energy of the sun as it comes up past your knees and into your torso. Resting for just a moment there in your heart chakra to give you some extra love and energy. And then flowing up past your throat, through your head, and right slipping out of your crown chakra, returning to the sky in its place, leaving you with this warm glow that you'll carry with you the rest of the day. And now your personal team of angels and guides are moving in for each one of you, surrounding you in a big group hug. They want you to feel that love, that support. Know that it is always there. It never goes away. You can't push them away. They won't go. They're yours forever, every lifetime. They know you better than you know yourself. They've been with you since the beginning. They'll be with you through infinity to support you, to love you. So let them do their job. Give them something to do. Ask them for more. Play with them. Speak to them, sing with them, dance with them. All of that. Forge that connection so that you feel confident asking for their help. You understand that they love you to the moon and back. They are your highest and best source of immediate close support. And through them, of course, enhancing your connection to divine. All of that is there for you. In those moments when you feel low, when you feel uncertain, when you feel doubt, allow them to fill you up to overflowing. Let all of that go. Now is the time, dear light workers, to step forward with confidence, with trust, knowing that you are here for a very specific purpose, knowing that brighter days are coming. We've still got some baubles to go through, but you can do it. You've trained for this over many lifetimes. You're ready. Onward together we all go, and it will be easier the more of us there are. So bring in reinforcements. Recruit your friends, get them involved. Let's do this together. Let's move forward into Earthtopia sooner rather than later. So thank you, all of our guides, angels, divine, Metatron. Thank you all for being with us, lending your love and support. Thank you to each and every one of you. With much love and many blessings. Until next time, much love. Bye.